Hi, everybody. This is Kim Opalinsky from the Baga team at Royal LePage Norelta. I am here today. I'm going to be talking with Robin from Pink Belt Roofing and Construction. Hi, Robin. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing I'm doing awesome. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully we can get both of us
Mm,
some business out of all this.
all right.
Okay, so question I wanted to ask you is your Pink Belt Roofing and Construction. The construction part, is that just like renovations, or is that like building houses? Like, what is the construction part of your business?
So most of it that we do is renovations and restoration, storm damage. We haven't taken the step to building yet, but since we've
Okay,
expanded here to Houston, that might be another option for us.
okay. And can you tell me what is the different types of shingles you can get?
Oh, there's several of them. You can get short-term, long-term. They're all rated A for fire. Um, it all depends what manufacturer you want to go to. So they have different levels, different tiers. Um, so usually when I go to a homeowner, I'm asking them how long you're going to live in the house for, because sometimes you're just not going to get your money back on a resale. So we want to make sure that if they're staying there long term, then we'll try to sell them a higher end shingle, or for short term,
Yep,
um, something a little bit lesser value, but still functional. It'll still last 15 years, right?
yeah. So warranty wise, is there a variety of different warranties you can get as well?
Yes, there are warranties, manufacturer warranty, so don't get that confused. So there's manufacturer warranty on each shingle, and then there's
Okay,
also the warranty for the workmanship that is provided from the roofing company. So there's two warranties. So, for example, in my business, I do 5 years warranty, 5 years workmanship warranty, and then I also do a additional 5 year manufacturer warranty included in my warranty, which means that if something goes wrong with that shingle, I come to you and do all the paperwork for you with the manufacturer. So if there's something that is defective with that roof, then I'll look after it.
okay. Now I know there are 50-year shingles out there now. Do they really last 50 years?
No, they don't, and none of the shingles do. So, and you know what? And I get this question a lot. People will say, you know what? I got a 50-year roofing system. They're limited lifetime. So limited lifetime means according to the weather. And in Canada,
Okay,
everybody knows that we have really cold temperatures, and sometimes our summers are very, very hot. So I like to tell everybody it doesn't matter which shingle you get, whether it's 25-year or 50-year, you're only going to get about 25 years out of that shingle, providing that your roofing system has proper venting and insulation. Because if you have proper venting and insulation, you'll have preservation of your shingles.
okay. Now is that something that you also do when you do your shingles and stuff? You tell them, your venting really needs to be updated more, and you
Ab-
provide that as well as the insulation?
ab- Absolutely. So it all depends, right? Like it all depends how much insulation you have versus venting versus insulation. Again, it has to be up to code. So some people have no insulation and they don't check it because they figured, oh, I did it 20 years ago and it's good. But cellulose insulation, it's made of refined paper. It has a fire retardant in it. That is my favorite because it's the safest, and it is more of a closed cell product. So what that means is it compacts down after a while. So it keeps the heat in, and it keeps your home cooler. But again, you have to have enough venting to follow through with that. So it's all according to code, right? So I like to
Mm-hmm.
come back after the insulation is done to see how much venting it needs or is a requirement, because you don't want too much venting. And I've seen some roofers go out there and add too many vents where we've had just too much airflow going through it, and creating condensation and whatnot in the winter time. So I like to just go check after the insulation is done, and make sure that the airflow is moving, and it's not sitting stagnant. So there's more to it. A roofing system has to be checked every year. So I advise every homeowner to always lift up their attic hatch every winter and every summer, just to make sure that the airflow is moving in the summer and that there's no frosting in the wintertime. And if there is frosting, we have a venting problem or a thermal heat transfer, which means we don't have enough insulation.
Okay. And how long, like, because I know, like, when I go to home inspections and stuff with my buyers, the home
Mm-hmm.
inspectors are always saying, oh, there's only like 30 percent, like you need more because it should be up to 45. How long does that stay at 45 when you reach it up to 45?
Like, are you talking insulation?
Yeah.
So you're talking an
Insul
R45?
Yeah, R45. Like once you make your house up to R45, how long does it stay that? Because I know like most of the home inspections, it's always way less than R45.
It all depends what you're getting, and that's the other thing. So you want to make sure what type of insulation you're getting. Okay, so you can get cotton wool, which is very
Mm-hmm.
fluffy, um, and so when they blow it in, it appears that it's an R45 in inches, um, but again, it's not a closed cell. So an R45, say for cellulose, which is more of a closed cell, you would probably get about 12 years out of it, 13 years. Just check. Every home is different. So that's why it's
Okay.
important for the homeowner to always check to see, because it shrinks, right? It compacts and it shrinks over time. So usually, like rule of thumb for me is every 10 years, top up if you can.
Okay, that sounds good. So another thing is pricing. Is it based on square footage? Is it based on the type of house? How does your pricing work?
It is on square footage. But every shingle's different, right? Some are 3 bundles a square, some are 4 bundles a square. So when you have more shingles to put on, of course, it's going to cost more, right? Because it covers less area. Um, so it all depends. Everyone's competitive, right? Everybody has their own um, way of doing things. So I usually charge per square. Others
Okay.
might charge per job. It all depends, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what? Us in the industry, we're always shopping anyway. We're always shopping other, um, uh, businesses to see what they're doing, because we all want to stay competitive, right? We all want to win
Yeah,
business. So,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you think people should know out there about your company?
Um, well, you know what? Pretty much everyone knows about us. I empower women in the industry. It's been a little bit slow. Um, so we're just kind of watching how things are going, especially with COVID now. So
Yeah.
here I am in Houston, and I'm at a halt still too. So my business here is to still empower women, fly back and forth. Um, but if there's anything that I could add to this, it's like, know who you're hiring. I'm not saying that everyone's bad out there. Make sure you get the product that you are purchasing. There's old shingles, old stock shingles that get sold every year, and new
Okay.
stock. So I always like to show my customer the date of the shingles. I think it's important with the warranty factor. So I make sure that my shingles are right off the press, that they're no more than 6 months old. If they are, I get the truck to dehoist them and take them back, because I don't want that. And if they're older than a year, then we know that those shingles have been sitting in the stockyard or their returns. We don't want them, because then I have to deal with the possible defect of that shingle. So make
Yeah.
sure that you know what you're getting. Always sign off on the color that you're getting. Um, Make sure that they have um, $5 million in insurance. 3 million is fine too. 2 million on their trucks. You want WCB. You want to make sure it's active, and just get reviews. And really, it goes by gut feeling, right? Um,
Yeah.
because my theory is, just because you have your driver's license doesn't mean you're any good at driving, right? So I see a lot
True.
of
Very
people out
true.
there. Well, it's true. There's a lot of red
Yep.
seal roofers out there, and I'm the woman that takes them to court because of faulty workmanship from my clients, right? Because I also do mediation
Yeah.
litigation on the side. And and always get that roof inspected after. And if anybody does go ahead and get their roof done, and if they need someone to come and inspect it, I suggest Troy Trudgeon from A Buyers Home Inspection Services. He's amazing. He gets on there and picks that roof apart. And I like having that because it's a second set of eyes for me, especially on my warranty. So when my houses are done, they're inspected, they're approved, then that inspection report goes to my homeowner, one goes to me, and then one in the office for future use.
Yeah.
And it's a good selling feature too, because especially for realtors knowing that their owners are on the ball, they just had their roof done. It's nice to see that that roof is inspected for future buyers. And so, yeah, you just want to make sure that you're knowledgeable. But at the end of the day, it is gut feeling, relationship with that person, because someone can do your roof and you never hear from them again. So I like staying in
Yeah.
contact with my customers, checking the rooftop every couple of years just to make sure, just a courtesy, and kind of go from there, right? So
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you very much for spending time with me and
no worries.
helping with this YouTube channel. Hopefully, it'll get us both, like I said, some business. If anybody
Hmm.
wants to have Robyn company come and do an estimate, you can reach them at 780-932-8766, and that's Pink Belt Roofing and Construction. Well, you have
All
yourself a
right.
great
Thanks,
night there,
Kim.
Robyn, and thank you
You
very
too.
much.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.